Hi there, my name is Frank and I'm here to show you our new game, Helsinki. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and takes about 45 minutes to play. It's by the designers Daniel Skjold Pedersen and Asger Harding Granerud. You may know these names because they have another game with us called Copenhagen. This game, Helsinki, is in the same spirit but has new game mechanics and twists to keep things fresh and interesting. In Helsinki, players managing the market on the famous Senate Square in the center of the Finnish capital. Their goal is to build and connect as many pavilions on their board as possible. During the game, players collect cards, and with these cards, they can get new pavilion tiles to put on their board. The goal here is to finish rows and columns to get points at the end. If a player manages to build over a coat of arms, he can use it to unlock a special action that can give them an edge over their fellow players. The game continues until the draw pile runs out, and then the final scoring takes place. During the final scoring, players get points for finished rows and columns and their superstructures they have placed on the right spaces. Whoever has the most points wins the game. First, let's take a quick look at the components. We start here in the middle with the Senate Square, where players move their pawns and then either collect cards or play cards in order to get one of the many different pavilion tiles. Once you get a pavilion tile, you have to place it, following the building rules, on your player board. If you manage to build over in a coat of arms, you can use that coat of arms on the action board to unlock a special action. And with these components out of the way, let's take a closer look at a player's turn. The first thing the player has to do is move his pawn around the Senate Square. He cannot leave the pawn in the same space. He has to move him 1 to 3 spaces. Once there, the player has two options. He can either take the two adjacent cards into his hand or play cards from his hand to the discard pile in order to get one of the pavilion tiles. If a player chooses to take cards, he takes both adjacent cards into his hand. A player can have up to 7 hand cards. If he has more than 7 cards, he has to discard down until he has 7 cards again. If the player chooses to get a pavilion tile, he has to discard cards from his hand. So let's take a closer look at the cards. Each card has 4 information from it. First, it shows the color, then it shows the tile, the pavilion tile you will get, alongside how many superstructures, if any. Most important is the number in the top. It tells you how many same colored cards in total you have to discard to get the tile. So, for example, if I want to place the card, I have to, in total, discard 4 green cards. Once I do this, I take the depicted pavilion tile alongside 2 superstructures. In order to build this tile, you have to follow 2 very important building rules. So, your player board has 4 sides that this tile can be slid in. The side you have to use is determined by your pawn on the Senate Square. So in this case, the pawn is at the top with the Senate, so this tile has to be slid in from the top. When placing your tile, you can rotate and flip the tile any way you want, but it has to touch either the statue or one of the already placed pavilion tiles. So if I place it like this, I have built over a coat of arms, and this is collected on my lawn. The second step now is to place the superstructures on the just built pavilion. The goal here is at the end of the game, you want the superstructures in either finished columns or rows, or best at both, because they give bonus points. I hope you enjoyed the quick overview of Helsinki. If you'd like to have more information, you can download the rules here on the page. Thanks for watching.